test this. Okay, looks like everything's working properly. Let me double check some stuff. Okay. Alright, so yesterday I didn't do much. I did do a lot of AFKing though. I like just ran out of air runes, so that's perfect timing. I'll go run to some more. So, as I'm running back, I'll give a big recap. Uh, I think I was already 99 magic. I'm at 54 million experience. Um, I did hit 200 mil thieving, and as a result, I got a lot of gems. This isn't even all of them. This is just what I was doing, like right before I hit 200 mil, and I've been transmuting them up to diamond, and I'm going to turn all these diamonds into dragonstone and then cut them later. I just about... Oh man, wait. Oh, that's not good. Whoa, 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 whoa. That is not how I thought that would happen. Let me stop that. Yeah, so wait. How many more steps is it until I get opals into dragonstones? Gotta turn them into jades, and then what? Turn the jades into topaz, and then the topaz into dragonstone? Okay, so it's a lot of steps. Good to know, though. I guess I'll still do it because I don't really have anything else to do with them. I guess I could turn them into bolt tips, but I don't think I'll need that many. See, let's just do that. I definitely don't need this many dragonstones either, but why not? It's just something to do. I have not thought of anything else to start transmuting. I have seeds, but I have not done any farming grinds yet, so there's no reason to think about that right now. I'm about to do a bunch of bossing, so maybe that is something I could be doing, but I don't have a lot of seeds, so I need something to like always be transmuting while I'm killing stuff. Let's just push these up, get that passively going. I did get the Rocky Pet. I don't know where he is. I have him. I don't know where he went. Oh, there he is. I don't have this in the main game either, so this was a cool thing to get. I got it at like 184, 168 mil, somewhere between that, like way later than I thought I would. Yeah, I got him. Is there much competition between you raccoons and the magpies? Is there much competition between you raccoons and the magpies? Magpies have nothing on us. They're just interested in the shinies. Us raccoons have a finer taste. We can see value in anything, whether it shines or not. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so yeah. Let me double check my audio real quick. Test, test. Raccoon, raccoon, raccoon. That seems alright. Let's see if I can boost it up anymore. If I start smashing spacebar. It already picks up a lot. I think that's as good as I can go. Let me double check for any hissing. Yeah, I do hear something. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. That might have fixed it actually. Let's see. No, I still hear the hissing. What is that coming from? Test, test. Okay, I think that did it. I think the noise is gone now. Oh, that's so much better. Let's go. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Now that that's set up, I can continue. I just need to buy some air runes real quick. I'm about to go bossing. Okay, so as I was saying, I got the Rocky Pet, I got 200 mil thieving, not much else. I did a little bit of the Echo KBD bossing. I have to get back into it to get that crossbow. Let's see. Yeah, I want air runes, so let's just buy a bunch of these. There should be plenty. Throw these in here. I still have 4K Wrath runes. Should be enough to do plenty of KBD. I have the Slayer task for it too. Oh, that was another thing. I did a couple of tasks that got me through the threshold. Honestly, a lot of the AFKing to 200 mil and getting a bunch of magic experience, that pushed me over so that I could get the next relic unlocked. So now I have Culling Spree. I can just pick my Slayer tasks basically. And I got Black Dragons immediately. I kept it out at 200. I did a couple of kills. I think I did like 2. I stocked up on anti-poisons. So now I can just start running the boss. And I have enough anti-poison. I can't be asked to actually put 4 doses in these, so I'm just gonna run 3 doses, and then, yeah, look at all these sapphires I got. I got 200k sapphires. I can sell them for an uncut onyx. I already got one, but I can get another one later if I need to. I'm sure the crafting grind will be really easy because of that, so I'm not even thinking about it right now. I got some Runite bolt drops. It's going to be really good when I finally get the KBD crossbow and be able to load it immediately. I will have to get the range level for it. I don't know what the requirement is, but I'll figure it out when I actually land it. Right now, all I need to do is just keep grinding. I have some swordfish, because it's not technically in the wilderness. I have to use like other food. I'll take the rest with lobsters. And that's basically all the food I have right now. So now I need to just run it back and forth. So teleport A. Ooh, so A. King Black Dragon is A. So A8. Okay. A8, jump in, yes. Should have gotten my prayer restored, but it's fine. Okay, let's go. Me and you, Rocky. We're killing this dragon. Still in rags a little bit. Got the magic imbued cave yesterday. That was one of the tasks I did. It's really helping. The Slayer helmet is helping more than anything, though. It is making this actually bearable. I had a Black Dragon task for my first 2 kills with no Slayer helm bonus, just raw, and I was in rags, not 99 mage, like nothing going for me. I think I had like no magic bonus. I think I have a magic amulet now. Like, I got something, it's better than nothing, but honestly, the Slayer helm is the difference, because once I finished the Slayer task that I got from Crystalia before I had the relic, it was much like harder the second the task ended, because all the spawns he has also counts as black dragons. So that means that it's going toward the task, which means I had like 12 black dragons in my task, but because I had already killed 2 of them, it took up 8. So I think it was like a 12 monster task, and I had to do 2 kills worth. So that's why I pumped it up to 200 in case I go dry, because I read that you get it automatically on the 25th kill, so that makes the dryness not feel so bad, which I think is good. But it also gave me the information that I should pump it up to 200, because I can go kill black dragons in the waters, it's not a big deal. But I want to make sure that if I do go dry and I have to go for the guaranteed drop rate, that I have to kill him and the additional 4 that spawn with him. And I'll probably die like midway through or something like that. I don't see myself dying, but it's a possibility. And I also learned that, oh my gosh, I also learned that this phase always freaks me out because there's so much fire going on. I don't know which one is him. Lost my train of thought. Just keep killing these. Oh, and for those first 2 kills, I was only attacking at normal speed. Now I'm attacking at 2 tick speed, I think. 2 or 3 tick speed. Because it went 2 ticks faster. I think this one's lower, actually. Keep trying to run through them, because that's another thing. If you can get the dragons to run through or get hit by some of these echo attacks, they die way faster. And he's invuln. I tried hitting him for a long time. I don't know if he takes reduced damage or what, but I was not able to hit through him. This guy's chasing me. Perfect, now it gets way easier. Just him, attack, move. I can't think of a reason why I would keep killing him after I get the echo drop, but I could run some more. I mean, it's not that bad of a boss. I kind of like the mechanics. It's like just the right pace for me, especially for this kind of gear and this setup. I'm glad I'm doing any echo bosses right now. And for this build, water spells, like, it's just healing. You don't pump a lot of damage. It's just healing. So you're just kind of slogging your way through without having to eat food, which is good because I don't have any way to get like a lot of like easy food yet. It'll be solved soon. I got a couple when I was doing my Slayer task of like the blighted food, but for right now it's not priority to go like AFK fishing, especially with the Barbarian Relic. It's not fun. The knapsack makes it better, but Endless Harvest is so much better. Like, I think if that I could change one relic, I would change that one. Oh my gosh, all this poison, I hate that. The poison in this boss is really what kills me. So I can do sustained healing for the damage that happens to me, but when the venom starts stacking, I don't have enough healing to get to save HP and live. Oh, frick, he got me. Come on, before it's a venom. can't use a looting bag in here either, so it's a 6-minute kill. Not great, but it's not the worst. I can slog it as long as it gives me that crossbow. Because the second I get that KBD crossbow, I get a huge power spike, and I get to do a lot of different bosses. Yeah, the first thing I'm going to do is get the range level to equip it, whatever it is, and then I'll be able to kill the Chaos Fanatic, because the Chaos Fanatic has a really high magic defense bonus, and it makes it really difficult to kill him with this. I think I was able to get 2 kills, and it took me 20 minutes. It was not fun. Yeah, I really enjoyed this boss. It's the perfect amount of challenge for my gear. It's either this or killing black demons, which is what I did when I first got in, and the drops were whatever, the alks were whatever. It did help me get some starting runes, which was like good. But I already had like means of like getting that, so I wasn't too worried. It just made it faster. And this is giving Slayer experience, so this is perfect for me. I could make it easier by going to go like grind like some other monsters, but I don't think I want to do that. I think I'd rather kill the boss and get my reward at like 25 kills than go kill like random things to do like a little more damage to him. Yeah, the difference between that 6-minute kill and 3-minute kill is going to be those little minions, because I'm like hitting pretty consistently the same. The only thing that's going to make it faster is those 4 black dragons dying faster. Blood runes don't care, dragon bones don't care. That one is a little bit slower. I'm also not using prayers. I could be doing that, but it just seems like another thing. He's always disabling them, so it's not a big deal. I can just heal through the damage. If I wasn't healing as much, then I would care. That is one thing I like about this build is I don't have to worry about eating. So like that's like a whole mechanic I don't have to worry about. I can just practice my movement, getting that perfect. Same with prayer too. I don't have to worry about drinking prayer pots for right now. Makes my life a lot easier. I was reading some stuff about the KBD crossbow, like in passing, and apparently it's not as good as people think. Like something's wrong with it. It's either not healing you enough or it's not proccing correctly. So it's kind of like booty compared to the other ones, but I don't mind it. I just need it for my starting out. I just need like a powerful ranged weapon so I can start doing all the other wilderness bosses. So I think most of them are weak to range. I think some you can do melee, but I don't plan on doing that. I plan on just sitting with my cool crossbow and healing and not really moving. Maybe like moving through mechanics, but that's it. As long as that crossbow heals for the ice barrage damage or the, yeah, whatever the, I think it's ice blitz. I think that was the complaint, is that it doesn't do AoE, it just does like a blitz. So it's like a single target attack instead of an AoE. And a lot of people thought it was going to be an AoE. Me, I didn't care either way. I just wanted the healing. That's the main thing I care about. Alright, so I want to get you to explode under this fire. Yeah, so make you stand in the venom, make you stand with this. Now you, I have to like walk around you. Even if he hits me, it's still better. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, perfect. Now I need to stand next to you. I think that's the move. I like stand next to these guys, I walk around them, let the AoE splash chip them for a little bit. Yes, okay, this is gonna make my kills way faster, so I gotta go stand next to this guy. Ooh, oh, I stepped in it, man. Like stepping in dog poop is what that feels like. I have, like, I can clean my shoes, but I still stepped in it. Oh, I did it again. I don't learn. I did see that it was a little bit tricky. I thought I might be able to run through it, but I think it was in a weird shape. Maybe I just take more anti-poison. I've gotten to the point where I understand the boss, so I don't need the food anymore. Maybe I just take all anti-poison, like a couple food. So that's the only threat to me right now. That's stacking venom damage. What? It hit me again? Man, I was doing so good. I think I've just been falling asleep at the wheel. It's alright though, yeah. I just need to grab more anti-poison next time I bank. Which will be the next time I step in it, so I have to be really cautious. Cool. 8KC, Rune Longsword. I don't even think I want to pick that up. Just keep going. I'm only here for a bit longer. This is gonna be a bit of a grind, so if I'm doing like... If all the kills can go as good as that one, it's gonna take me like 10 times 5, like an hour-ish. An hour if I'm lucky, 2 hours if I'm unlucky. So, strap in. dropped a Laren's key? I didn't know they could do that. Oh my god, yes. Give me that. Oh, I took Venom for it. I knew it was going to happen, but I really wanted that key. Oh my gosh. My hit points are a lot higher level now. I might be able to tank this Venom damage. Does it ever go down, or does it just keep going up? I think it just keeps going up. Yeah, it just keeps going up until I solve it. Yeah, I can't. That's so cool, those black dragons drop layer keys. I didn't think they would. I thought they had like a nothing drop table with just bones. And it counts as being in the wilderness for a task? Oh my gosh. That makes me a lot happier doing this. Hopefully I didn't miss any. That Laren's key was a different color, so I'm gonna assume I didn't miss any. I'm actually healing through the poison damage pretty well, so I think if I just keep the Venom off, I'll be fine, yeah, because this is stacking more and more. Yeah, just Venom then. I don't need to cure the poison. The poison is not enough to kill me. I think I stopped transmuting as well. Something stopped it. I think I might have been organizing my inventory and moved something. I think that was it. Okay. Well, I got the KBD heads. Cool. Whatever. Let's get out of here so I can go to Var a little more. Need to go to Huey Coulter to bank real quick. I might go, I think I'm gonna go open this key too, because if it gives me a robe, it might make my kills a little bit faster, and that's worth it to me. But let's get out of here before I get aggroed. Teleport. Huey Coulter. 9-5. A5 and no 9-5 and A8. Take some anti-poison out. Where is it? Like that. Then I will go to here. I need to go really deep into the wilderness, and I think the closest teleport is Scorpia. We'll see. Let's go. I got the Dagonhai robe top. That's so good. And it was a demonic pact, and it was a collection log task. That was really good for me. Oh my god. The only thing better would have been the hat. Perfect. Any magic damage is so much better. What is the upgrade on that? Let's see. Plus 21 attack bonus and magic damage bonus. Yes, this is gonna make the kill so much better. Oh my god, so good. Put that away, and I just run right back into it. Oh, I could not have asked for anything better. I'm so glad I got a Dagonhai piece. That's all I wanted. I cannot escape this head slot curse. I can't get like a... I have not gotten any drops or anything I've noticed that I can just fill a head slot magic slot with. Okay, I'm running around this guy again. Oh, I wonder if there's actually going to be any difference. I'm so excited. I'm also thinking about using that pact for more accuracy, but I think I'm just going to hold on to it. I don't want to have to reset early. I want the crossbow to be good when I get it, or I'll reset either way. Yeah, because it's only like an hour of grinding. I'm not worried too much about the demonic pact not being used. I'm just going to save it until I get the crossbow. Then I'm going to look more into the build of like what I think I want. Because like, I can always do a reset of like, oh, I didn't pick the most optimal build. I needed to spend this point here or there to make it better. I can always do that and fix it later, but I think using just like my game knowledge and going in a little bit blind and just making some assumptions based on what I think is good is going to be more interesting than following like a guide. I did not know that these dragons could drop keys. I'm so happy. It makes it way more like interesting for me because I was just thinking I would have to kill the boss over and over. This is a grind fest. But now I get a little treat potentially, and that's even better. Because I am enjoying the boss. I do like it a lot. I think the mechanics are interesting. Am I hitting better? We'll know by the end. So I think I was doing like 5-minute kills at my fastest. Definitely hitting harder on the little dragons. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know about the KBD, but these little dragons are dying a lot faster. That's one. Can I stand like in between these two? Perfect. I can't get that one to chase me. I wonder what makes them chase you. I really don't know. Sometimes they just like be shooting you, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they feel the urge to chase me. He doesn't hurt himself with that, does he? Let me check. Nope, doesn't. should just heal the venom part. Oh my gosh, how many venom attacks are you gonna do? Wow. I can't even walk through this. So much venom. Oh my god, okay. One more hit. Yeah, I think the kills are about the same. I don't think it does that much of a difference to the actual boss, but to the little ad spawns of the dragons, it does a lot more, I can tell. Adamant bars, don't care. Yeah, still 540. Was not my fastest, but I was splashing a lot. Not using prayer either. Panicking a little bit. Yeah, I think I just AFK stand next to them. Unless it's a freezer venom. Oh my gosh. There we go. For a shocking thing. Do not like that when I'm losing my defense a lot. So it's just pretty simple. I think the boss mechanics are just move to attack, move to attack, move 2 attack. 2 tile attack. 2 tile attack. 2 tile attack. Oh, I got smacked again by it, man. Did he like take less damage in this form or what? Always feels like he lives the longest in this phase. Okay, cool. Don't care about any of that. Yep, run it back again. 5-minute kill again, so it's consistent 5-minute kills, which is good. Try getting some prayer in there as well. I think I have to do it as I'm walking. I can try and get one in. Losing it a little bit. Alright, here we go now. Stand next to this guy, take it for a bit. If I see a different kind of spell from him, move. He's dead. Oh, I didn't move from the... Come on. Why am I not hitting? Why am I not healing? Oh my god. Hello? I want to wake up. Hit something and heal. Oh, I heal for 1? What is happening? Oh my god, that's really unlucky. Jeez, dude. thing I want to do is get a chat overlay. I think that's the only thing I'm missing because I have to keep alt tabbing in case anybody says anything. For moments like this, it's really hard for me to check. No, not in the Venom, bro. There's so much of it now, too. No. Okay, I gotta bank after this. I drained my stats too much. I'm not happy about that. Yeah, let's get out of here and go bank and reset my stats and take a breather. Boss is good so far. I'm about halfway. Kills are consistent 5 minutes, which is much better. It shaves like 2 minutes off, but I think it is just the ad kills and I'm dealing with the ads faster. I could hit the demonic pack for the second half, but I don't think it's going to make it that much faster, kill-wise. So let's go to Arlemore 5, hit a bank, and then I'll go to Ferox. 422 minute. Let's go. Nothing again. Do I want to reset my stats? Yeah, I think I do. Last destination. I think it's this and then 5. so. I think I want to make some jewelry at some point. Don't know what kind, but yeah. I'm gonna get 2 of these at the same time if I'm lucky. Come on. There we go. Wish that showed up sooner. It's alright. And those Laren's keys are rare. Jeez. These are like high level monsters too. I feel like I should be getting them way more commonly. Actually, now that I think about it, I think Huey Koto would have been better. I think someone mentioned to me that I should be going to Huey Koto before I do this. I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, I think that would have been the better move, but I wanted to get this out of the way earlier. I think doing it in the reverse might have actually saved me time and gotten me other cool things. So I think that's also where you get the mixed hide, which I think is really good for ranged. So I might end up having to go over there anyways and then doing this. Actually, I wouldn't even come back to this. Maybe I get like a dragon task or something. No, I think I wonder if I should do a 4 respec now then. Now I'm starting to think about it. I really just ran through that. Oh my god. I thought it would go away. It lasted way longer than I thought it would. Yeah, I'll have to make a decision when I get that crossbones, feel what the power level is like with just a couple relics on it and the healing. I'm gonna want to kill bosses for sure, but I don't think any of the bosses were actually dragons. Runite bolts, those are actually good. I'm gonna need some of those. Dragon bones, okay. so I can test it out on the boss a little bit and some other bosses.
So you're streaming, huh?
Alright, I'm back.
Hello.
Yo.
I just realized you're in streaming chat because you're streaming.
Yeah. I've been streaming RuneScape stuff. I'm like doing it mostly just to record it and edit it later into like a neat little thingy.
It's for like a wobbly invincible style edit.
No, like a longer wobbly, like you know the show
Like
Invincible.
you hit the rock and you go boing, 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 boing,
No,
boing.
no, no. Like you know the just the show Invincible, not the wobbly edit.
The what? They made a show off the edits?
That would be crazy though.
Yeah.
They should put Seth Rogen. I did the ticket. I filed the ticket.
Yeah.
Not the ticket. The complaint.
Were you being silly or are you right?
I was right, and I kind of didn't need to do all that work because someone already had wrote
Oh.
the complaint about it. They got me beat by 1 day, which is kind of crazy because that means I played this a lot and they ran to the wilderness and fucking chopped it and then found an issue right away. And also, I was re-looking through like because I was streaming yesterday when you were talking about the Seth Rogen thing. At the end of I didn't put it in the video, but like right after I figured out the solve for the bug, you're talking about the Seth Rogen thing. Yeah, I've been consistently streaming just every once in a while whenever I play RuneScape, just so I can have like a thing I can reference, make a short little video on leagues. So I think this league everybody's following a specific guide to like do it like optimally, and I'm not. So I think it'll be good to make a video about it. Just like see where this shit takes you if you don't follow a guide. A retrospective, if you will, one of those. Did you eat your burger?
Bergie.
Did you? Did you get the
Mm-hmm.
burgie? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Me love Bergie.
I'm gonna do a couple more King Black Dragon kills, and then I'm down to do something else if you want, like Elden Ring or some shit.
Okay. Yay! 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 I'm like, hey, what's up? Hello. So yeah, me and Angela are doing the two-headed giant pre-release tomorrow.
Oh, why is it on a Sunday?
Cause they do usually game stores will do pre-release all weekend, and they do like different stuff each day of the weekend. The two-headed they put on Sunday,
Oh,
cause it's
okay.
the weird one. Two-headed was the one that's 2v2. All that. So we like doing that, especially since like it's a unique experience. Because when you play the other ones, it's just normal Magic, but like the two-headed, no one's ever fucking played two-headed outside of that context. So it's nice to get to like look at cards in that light and be like, that would be really good in two-headed. Like you really are on the cutting edge of tech because no person is like, because people look at the cards ahead of time and stuff. No one's going like, because people are going in being like, I'm looking for this, and if I get this I'll do this, and ooh, that's going to be a really good card for the draft, especially if I get this. No one's looking at the cards and going, now that's a two-headed bop. So
I
you
mean,
actually get to
unless you're, wait, are there like some demons at the card shop that are actually doing that, or are the people that
not
are
that we've
playing just
discovered,
stupid?
because we fucking rip basically every single one. I think
Okay.
it's us. I think we're the we're the demons.
How does that work when you
Two
guys draft?
two-headed at least. So actually, I misspoke. Two-headed is a sealed event, not a draft event.
Oh, so it's like say the spy you pick 10 or whatever out of the
Yeah, you
section.
get I believe it's 6 packs for sealed. So you open 6 packs, and those are your packs.
Wait, 6 packs per?
Person, yeah. And in
That's a
two-headed, you
lot.
mix your
That's a
card pools
lot.
with your part. You can mix your
And you
card pool with
mix
your
the card
partner.
pools?
Mhm. You get some funny stuff. Yeah, it's 5 or 6.
How
I don't know.
long do you have to like?
An hour, I think.
Oh, is it
An
like
hour to
nine?
open your cards and make your deck. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of pressure, but that's like more than enough time to be honest.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Open, especially yeah, because it's not drafts. You're not sitting there having to go. You have your cards. You look at them and you go, "That's a good card. I'll play this color," and then you from there.
Sounds fun.
Sealed is definitely quicker deck building than draft, because draft you have to draft.
Did you see the animation they did for the Strixhaven?
Which one? I think so.
There was one where like the
Thought they did a
premise
couple of
involved
them
them
though.
go on a mission.
Yeah, yeah, I did
And
see that.
at the end they squirted it on his sandwich. That was so gross
Yeah,
to me.
that was pretty nasty. I
You
honestly,
squirted it like it was like a Subway sandwich, like goo.
when I was first getting into Strixhaven, or when I was first getting to Magic, I heard about Strixhaven because this is a return to Strixhaven. We've been to Strixhaven before, but I thought it was lame. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about Harry Potter, bro. Fuck this shit. Stupid. But like reading about it and seeing the new one, I'm like, oh, this is actually sick. This is not Harry Potter. It's like college, relatable to a guy like me. And there's literally the math faction, so
I did see that. What color is the math faction?
they're the blue green.
Yeah.
So each of the factions is based on an intellectual debate. So they're all. Do you know about the color pie and enemy colors and ally colors, or no?
No, not at all.
So the colors of mana and magic have like people have like analyzed this shit, and the game has used this shit for a long time. So like there's all kinds of concepts, like every combination of colors has a name, and every like fucking thing has a name. Here, I'll stream. So the colors are supposed to be organized in this order
Oh, you
when
can't
you
see
think
that.
about them.
You can't look.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Killing a big
Yeah,
dragon.
yeah. version.
All right, nothing interesting. All right, let me see.
This is the color wheel. So each color is next to two colors and across from two colors. So the colors that each color touches are its ally colors. So those are the colors that it naturally has overlap with. So like blue and white meet in the middle with like law, order, and predictability, and blue and black meet in the middle for experimentation because you like black is about taking advantage of others and blue is about pursuit of knowledge. So like they have overlap a little bit, and so the two colors that they bump with are their ally colors. Then the two colors they don't that are across from them are their enemy colors, where they basically are opposites. And so
Wait,
Strixhaven,
is this for deck building or is this for
no, this is like every
lore?
so like this is their design philosophy. So when they're building cards,
Oh,
they
I thought
stick
blue
within
green was
these.
good in some
No, it
combinations.
is good. So no, that doesn't. So this doesn't mean that the combinations are bad. It just means when they're designing cards, there's certain mechanics and flavor that they only are going to put on certain colors. And so the allied colors are going to potentially have more overlap. So like blue green is good, but part of the reason they're good is because they don't have overlap. Green covers one side of it, blue covers the other side of it.
Okay.
So like blue and white have overlap. Like blue and white both like control. So like blue white like you'll both have cards that stop your opponents from doing shit. And then black blue they like card draw and reading the future and shit, so they overlap there.
Maybe
And
that's
then
why I
black
like
red,
the first one so much. I
black
like
and
the
red are
flexibility.
allies because they're about short-sightedness and driving yourself. Red and green are allies because like fighting and freedom and like you don't care about the law or like order. But white and green are allies because like the peace of nature and community. Because white's about like law and order and community, and green also has an element of like community in a different way, but in enough that they're allied. So like when they look at stuff like this when they're designing cards, so like they're never gonna give black a card that says your opponent can't do something, basically, because that's not in black's color identity. So the colors have very like rules and shit about what they are going to put and not put on certain cards based on their color identities. Um anyway, the Strixhaven colleges are all enemy color pairs. So there's the blue red college, the black green college, the white black college, the I think that was all of them. The five colleges.
Hmm.
Oh, and red white. So they all are two different stances on the same thing. So like the math college is blue green. So blue represents the argument that math was invented by man, and green represents the argument that math was fundamental to nature but discovered by man. And then uh, the black white college is like the college of like writers and debate, and so white is about truth and order and like friendly debate, like coming to like agreement through organized debate, and black is about making someone look like an idiot. And then there's the red white college, which is the history college. So white is about like respecting the past and like following the example of your ancestors. And then the red is about like doing Indiana Jones shit. And then the other college? Blue green, blue black, blue red. Oh, blue red. So Prismari. So that's about that. They're the artist college. So the blue is about perfection of your craft, and then the red is about the passion. So they're all enemy color pairs that represent like the two sides of each of those like schools.
Got it.
Yeah. No, I really like all the color stuff. So like I don't know if you've heard because me and Angela will talk about like when we're waiting for you or whatever. We'll be like, what color is fucking Squidward? This is like what we're talking about.
Okay.
And they break those rules occasionally, but for the most part, they stick to those like rules of like certain colors should do certain things and represent certain things, and then based on that, they have allies and enemies. Because like blue and white do have some overlap; they both like to control, and green and red both have overlap because they like big things that can stand. You ignore the law and do what's best for you. But white green have overlap because about community and togetherness and pacts, safety in numbers. And then since there's been so many sets, every color combination has been explored. So just some fucking nerd, anytime you build like a 4-color deck, they'll be like, that's Blinkus mana. You're playing Blinkus.
Hmm.
I know all the 2-color ones. I know some of the 3-color ones. I don't think anyone knows the fucking 4-color ones.
I think on the draft video I was watching or listening to, the math. I did hear about the math color combination. I'm curious if you're actually gonna like it being the math guy or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. So, like, it seems to be just, like, reward for playing good, honest Magic is what the Math faction does. Because you just get bonuses for playing perfectly on curve. Like, playing your 1-drop on your 1 turn and your 2-drop on your 2 turn.
Oh,
So, like, because their special mechanic is increment, which is if a thing has increment on it, it gets a +1/+1 counter if you play a spell that costs more than it. So you're rewarded for like doing your 1-drop turn 1, and then doing the 2-drop, which buffs the 1-drop, and then you do your 3-drop, which buffs the 2-drop and the 1-drop, and then you do your 4-drop, which buffs the 3-drop, the 2-drop, and the 1-drop. So I don't know if I'll necessarily like this could be my favorite mechanic in the world, but I just played it for a fucking event. So. I think if it wasn't for the math thing, they would probably not be the ones I picked. But also, it's going to depend. If I don't get any of their good cards, I'll do whatever. Although at certain
there's a
pre-releases,
lot of cards. I think you'll
yeah,
find
well,
everything you want.
with the 5 faction sets, they usually do the pre-releases where, when you're doing sealed, you don't buy a box and like split them up like you're used to. You buy what's called a pre-release pack, which comes with your packs for that event. Um, and a lot of times, if there's only 5 factions, they'll theme them, which means you get one pack that has specifically cards in that color identity only.
What?
So, like, I'm gonna pick that one, so I will probably end up with a higher. I will end up with a higher amount of green-blue card that I can then do
Oh,
what I
you've
need to
already
do.
decided you're gonna pick the math faction.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I can't. Yeah, I can't not do that. I think if I was just picking whatever I wanted, it'd probably be Prismari because I very much like red blue in general anyway. Most of my decks that I end up like building are that. That or red black. I like drawing a lot of cards and throwing a lot of cards away and casting a lot of cards.
I still don't have like I have a sense for what the colors are and like how it feels to play a lot of the decks. I still don't know which one I like the most. I have not found anything where I'm like, oh my god, this was so much fun. I want to do this forever. It's been like
Red cards!
it's been like whatever.
Red cards just do shit instantly.
I don't know. I think every single color has something I don't like about it. I don't like counting counters. I don't like having to deal with floating mana. I don't like having tokens. Like I don't like all of the things that make the game fun.
Extra shit.
Yeah.
So you're definitely not gonna like white. White is so white's out. White's all that.
Well, I think if I didn't have to manually do it myself, like if I was playing Magic the
Uh,
Gathering online, it gets rid of a lot of the grievances I have.
That's true, I guess. Although honestly, tokens and stuff become easier once you like. If you're playing like constructed Magic and you know your deck, then you just have your tokens on the side and like know what you're doing. Like you have your shit for your deck. You're not gonna be like digging through a pile for tokens. You're gonna be like, "Well, I'm playing this deck. I have my 3 soldier tokens or fucking whatever." And honestly, like not that there's none of it in normal Magic, but most of like any like floating Magic, floating mana, crazy shit is like just commander stuff because those games go so long that you end up with a 3,000 mana in your pool. There's not a ton of that in normal Magic unless you're specifically running like a ramp deck that is giving you, because the only reason it happens in fucking commander is because everyone's running like Soul Ring and all those cards that give you like weird amounts of mana. But like no one's really running shit like that in constructed Magic because it's not very good when you only have 20 health. It's not worth the time. Yeah, that's more just a commander thing than a color or deck thing, honestly. Yeah, I think green, white are the boring colors, and red, blue, black are the fun colors. I'm definitely on that side of the pie. I could not give less of a fuck about green, bro.
Green doesn't bother me. I like having a big thing.
Yeah, I still like. I don't know. I don't like mana ramp. I don't like decks where the what you're supposed to do is play cards that give you more lands to play more cards later. It's like I want to do shit now. Oh, my beast eye's quivering. Oh man.
Uh, I've already forgotten that I was on a Slayer task. Like things are benefiting me. Not another Laren's key though. It's so unlucky. Feels like these things should be dropping them all the time. So I think it's based on combat level.
Wemu.
If you are a RuneScape character, what's your combat level?
9.
It's really low. That's like an accumulation of all your stats.
Well, but like, yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like under RuneScape level, I'm pretty low. Like, a goblin hits me. Like, if a goblin stabs me once, I die. So my defense is probably 1, or even
Yeah,
worse than that.
that's fair. That's fair actually. Because I think a level
Because, like, even a guy with 1 defense and 1 hit can survive, what, like 2 or 3 hits from a goblin?
no, they can survive like a million hits. No, not a million.
Yeah,
Like
I
10
would survive
hits.
none.
Like 10 hits. I think a generic man is level 2 or level 3 combat. So you're like 3 times more powerful than a man. A rat is level 1. You can stomp a rat. Can you do that in real life? You're not beating the rat stomping allegations. Adamant plate body. Oh my god. I don't care. Okay, 3 more kills. My build is like really, really like rough. Especially for this fight, so it takes me a lot longer than I think anybody else. I'm doing like water bending jutsu that heals myself and kills the dragon, but I'm not very accurate. last one. Come on. I'm glad they brought in dry protection because I would have not gotten it on the 50-50.
Hmm.
Hello.
Yo, I'm on my last KBD kill before I get the new Echo weapon.
Yo.
I'm down for Elden Ring after though.
Um, I've got grades that I need to do,
Well,
but I'll try to get them in fast. Hey, Brian, how do you do vocabulary for your class?
how so?
Like, we're opening up the statistics unit, and I've got to, like, the students need to know a bunch of statistics words. And so, like, they need to know what mean, median, mode are. They need to know what a biased sample is. They need to know what quartiles and an interquartile range are. They need to know what variance is in data or the standard deviation. They need to know what an outlier is. Um,
Mhm.
Wait, where's my thing? I don't get a thing? Wait, what?
they need to know what range is. They need to know
Uh,
a
so
bunch of
like, how do you teach them, or how do you quiz them on it?
how do you teach them? Like, class is real boring if it's just here's a list of definitions, write them all down.
Because I'm not technically teaching Algebra 2 at the moment, so I have weirder times, but I'll usually just bring them up as they come up, and like, I've already kind of set the expectation of how I do vocab, of like, I will color code it when it first comes up in the lesson of just teaching them what they need to be able to do,
Oh, I have to do 25
and
more.
then I drop the definition with it in that part of the notes, and kind of I've set the expectation of if I color code something like this and I have the definition off to the side, this is part of the vocab you're going to just need to know the definition of. So I don't like take a separate time for it necessarily.
Gotcha. Because I don't know, I've been front loading it
That's kind of what
like
I used to do, but
at the very beginning of the unit, I'd just be like, today is definition day. Here's a
I
list of all the definitions that we'll ever need.
that is how I did it, but I kind of realized that they already can't make leaps of logic, so showing them definitions that aren't explicitly in context, like for these students, like does fucking nothing. Like they don't. None of them are looking at that, reading the definition, going, I know how that could be used in a situation that's similar to one I've seen before. They just see words that they copy down, which I guess is fine if they're the type of kid that's actually reviewing their notes. A lot of them. So I've started only bringing it up in exact context and then just like formatting it in a way where the type of kid that would be paying attention anyway, obviously. It's like, hey, when it's set up like this is a definition you need to add to your definition sheet, basically. So I kind of front load, hey, here's the thing with all the definitions you're going to need for this whole unit or half unit or however it's getting split. These are going to come up. I will color code them and mark them out when they come up. One second.
I was wrong. I'm only halfway. I thought it was a 25 kill dry streak protection, but it's a 50 kill, so I'm only halfway. Oh my god.
Oh, yikes. Are you... I know I asked this. Are we actually streaming, like on a Twitch or something?
Yeah. Well, I am. I'm streaming RuneScape.
Okay, so should I not be saying like names and stuff, or...
I mean, what, the one person in the world is gonna care? Like, I'm doing this so that it's easier to record my VODs, and if somebody says hi, I'll say hi back. It's like nothing else matters
Gotcha.
to me, because it's not like I'm streaming to like strangers and they're actively paying attention to everything I'm doing. Like, I am getting 0 viewers. It is just so I can do like a little funny RuneScape video at the end and pull VODs. Because I'm doing, I think a lot of people this league went like I showed you that website where it was like, if you want the optimal league route, follow this specific guide to get the tasks done and get your early start. A lot of people followed
Yeah.
that. Nobody went into this league and went, I'm gonna have fun and do what I want. So that's kind of what my thought process is, where I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna give it from a perspective of not trying to do this as optimally and just trying to do things that I think are fun or interesting. Like how would you say, like a look back kind of thing, not like a guide.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't care if you use names. I don't even care. You could dox me in any kind of way. I don't. This isn't anything that I think is going to mean anything to anyone.
Start reading your social security number.
Oh no. Well, they have to go to the
He gave me
bot.
permission. He told me. He told me it was okay.
No. Oh god. And then you have to pull. We go to court and you have to pull up the VOD where I said specifically it was okay.
He was even recording it. This is his recording. I don't even have to.
Oh man. Yeah, I think I want to do that.
Aiden.
Yeah, because. What was I gonna say? I think I'd want to do like Slay the Spire daily thing too, just like every once in a while. I think that's a fun thing to look back on.
Yeah. I asked these kids to put their last name in a box so that I can organize the data, and they don't even put their actual last name in. Like, I gotta remind these kids.
Like,
Well, it's
I got a glimpse.
so no, that's not fair for me to. That is not fair for me to complain about because they have like 10 last names.
Uh,
And how are they to know that I meant their first last name so that I could sort this list alphabetically?
oh, I did not know. Actually, yeah, I think that is more common.
Or this person who put their last name in the first name box and their first name in the last name box.
Should fail them.
No. I I have it shuffle the order of the questions, so I completely and totally understand when they make that mistake. It's just be more careful reading stuff.
I'm back.
You have to like manually change it yourself. Is that why?
Wait, what?
You have to manually like change their
Um,
names yourself.
no, I mean, I I am looking at a list in Excel with all their names. So with the inputs that they put onto the test, and so I'm sorting it by period, their last name, and then their first name, so that I get to look at all my first period kids
Mm-hmm.
and their last names in alphabetical order. And then I get to just like look at my Infinite Campus book and have the students in my first period sorted by alphabetical order by their last name over
Crazy
there.
how many kids don't know what period they're in. Do you get that?
Um, no, because I make a pretty condescending remark at the start
Okay.
where I'm like, make sure that you get the period correct. We're in
Because I
third
get a lot
period,
of
by the
kids just
way.
saying fucking whatever when I ask for.
I the first time that I did it, I think there were like 5 or 6 kids that ended up putting the incorrect period down. Like, yeah. Oh, but you weren't there yesterday when I was complaining about it, Brian.
I don't think so.
I have curved this test so getting 1 point, or so that the minimum fail starts at getting half of a point. This is an 18 question test. And then 100% was 14 and a half points. And the average score on this test was a 55. Wait, actually, real quick, can you do a sanity check for me? Can you look at my test and tell me if it was an insanely difficult test?
Yeah. What, ninth graders, right? Algebra 1?
Ninth graders Algebra 1. I'll stream.
Oh, okay.
So this is the study guide that I gave them. Whoa.
That was me. I just read your message because I was going to the messages. So
Oh, yeah, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I was looking at a list of different stuff and was interested in that sword because it gave you lifesteal.
Yeah, I have that. That was my weapon for quite a bit. The one that was shooting the like lava portals. Huh.
Ah, okay. So this is the study guide that I gave them. And I told them that each of these like A, B bullet points were going to be a question on the test. So there's going to be a total of 18 questions. Like there's a question that requires you to how to that requires that you understand how to convert from standard form to vertex form. I don't care how you do that, just know how to do it. There's going to be a question that requires you to identify the graph of a quadratic function. not necessarily graph it, be able to identify the graph. There's going to be a question that requires you to understand how the h and k values change the location of the vertex on a parabola. Where you have to identify the location of the vertex of a parabola, where you have to find the root of a parabola given a graph. You can read.
Well,
That's what I've.
so
This is
that
the
lesson,
guide.
I've been through that lesson.
And then if you scroll down, I copied and pasted that list, and I gave them an IXL to practice. And I said, this is going to be the most relevant IXL that you could practice for this skill. And this one ended up just being converted to vertex form. So, here is the test. Convert this into vertex form.
And how exactly were you teaching them to do that? Were you having them do the manual rearrangement, or were you having them just find the vertex, like find the points and then rebuild it?
I don't actually know how to graph a quadratic from standard form. That doesn't make sense to me.
No, not graph this. So converting. So I mean, like using the a over b, 2a, b over 2a, or what, you know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
vertex. So like, were you having them
So
do that, find the vertex, and then use that to build vertex form, or were you having them do like the physical rearrangement where it's like divide by this, move this?
so I showed them, hey, you can find the h value by like once you get the leading coefficient to be a 1,
Yep.
you can get the h value by taking negative 2b, or yeah, negative b over 2. And
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah,
um,
yeah, 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 yeah.
and then you get the k value by plugging it back in. And you get your
Okay.
k value out.
So they solved it by finding the.
And then later in the unit, I showed them, hey, completing the square is the same thing that we've been doing.
Okay.
We're just thinking about it from the opposite direction.
There's
And
no other way for this question to be worded. Or there's no other way for this question to be if they need to be, if that's one of the standards is convert. So that's just what it is. There's no other way for that to be, and that's not. There's no decimals, right? It was the only reason that would be harder is if there was incomplete numbers or anything. But that's whatever.
yeah. The difficult part is that they had to factor out the 5 first. So like I could have asked them, I could have given them one without the
That's true.
leading coefficient,
If it was a longer
Which I-
test, one of each, but
which I do in the later
how many
one.
questions
But
is it?
18 questions,
Okay.
and they have 50 minutes for it.
Okay, so probably wasn't room for both.
How many units to the right is the following quadratic shifted from its parent function?
That's
Your
no.
answer
They
should be
didn't
an
get that. They
integer
weren't paying attention.
with a negative number representing a shift to the left.
Yeah. Even gave them.
What is the location of the vertex of the following parabola?
Nothing. Yeah.
I
if they
made
know
this
how to graph-
hard because guess what? I
Just
skipped
know
it.
it, yeah. None
I
of them know
didn't
how to
show them the
graph.
5 here. They don't know what number comes between 4 and 6.
Yep.
Um,
X-intercept same. That's nothing
oh,
question.
here, Brian. Here's the crazy thing. I gave half credit to people who said negative
did?
6, 5.
Yeah.
What are the x-intercepts of the following parabola?
Yep. You did say
Write your
intercepts,
answer.
and they might
As an ordered pair or a set
set
of ordered pairs.
Okay, but they're not reading that part. They've already read the 3 words they're gonna read.
Yeah. Number of people
The
said.
zeros always confuse them, bro. They don't know how to deal with shit on the axis.
Yeah.
They don't know
Yeah,
what
you're
that
right.
means.
This is the one that I brought up. I changed it to real roots for all my class periods after first
Crazy
period.
kids, yeah.
But what would you have done in that situation?
What if it just said how many roots?
Yeah,
Am I me now, or am I 9th grade me?
you're you now.
I would have been a jerk and said, actually, if you look at a 3D-dimensional chart, it could be 2 roots.
It has to be 2, right? There are always
Yeah,
2.
parabolas. If you were including imaginary roots, every function just has roots equal to its to its degree.
Wait, but is that actually true? If
Yes.
it's
Yeah. Curves back up like a Pringle.
because what's the alternative root when the determinant is 0?
The alternative determinant is 0. It comes back around and hits. If I remember, I think it comes back around and hits the same place again. But it does always have 2 roots.
Oh, so both of the roots are the same place.
Yeah, it's 2. So again, then it comes down to you also counting duplicate roots. So it's, I guess technically
Yeah.
you would say it's 1 root with a
With 2 intersections?
no, it's called, fuck, I'm forgetting the word and I teach him it too. The amount of times an answer shows up, you do it when you're doing all the fucking named equations that let you build polynomials of different sizes. When you like count the differences between, it's not frequency, but it's the amount of times a root happens.
Appears. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll think in the back of my head.
Duplicate.
Identify the factors of the following quadratic. And like specifically in the review day before, I said, hey, notice how in the study guide it doesn't say solve by factoring because how would I ever test you on whether or not you solved this by factoring if I told you guys that I don't care how you get to an answer and I taught you the quadratic formula and I showed you multiplicity. Gotcha. Like someone's gonna be watching Romeo's King Black Dragon Kills.
Hey man, I'm already demotivated. I realized I was 50% of the way when I thought I
and
was at 100% of the way.
and getting a math lecture too.
Maybe they'll learn.
It says, hey, identify the factors of a quadratic with only addition. How am I going to test that you know how to factor if I've also shown you the quadratic formula and you can just get the solution by using the quadratic formula? I have to ask you for the factors.
Yeah.
So you still have to know how to factor. So identify the factors of this one. Identify the factors of that one. Identify the factors of that one. What value can be added to this quadratic to create a perfect square?
I didn't read all that, bro. They factored out that x if they did anything.
A lot of them did that, Ryan.
I know that.
Even though I said your answer should be an integer.
Nope. They didn't read that.
I know. I know they didn't read that. I looked at the grades. I went through and graded this already, Brian.
I would have loved if my teacher put shit like that on the test. Just knew what type of answer I was supposed to give.
Complete the square for the following equation and present it in vertex form. Your answer should be a quadratic in vertex form.
Yeah, these are some softballs. So extra. Ooh, they have to like round.
Oh,
They don't know how to round either.
Did I grade this one wrong?
Wait, huh?
Oh, that might have been wrong because you're supposed to add the 9 to both sides and then you're supposed to add another 9, aren't you? So that should have been 18.
Of 2. Complete the square in the following vertex form. No, because then 3 times 3 is 9, and then 3 plus 3 6. No, this is correct. You didn't ask them to add anything. You just asked them to move this one around. And so you have 3 squared versus 3 plus 3. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay, so the square was already completed, was part of the issue.
Oh, I get, yes, yeah. Well, no, in a technical, like, math, in a math, it's already completed, but in a stupid student sense, this is not completed, because the side that would have the completed square has a 0, and you do have to move the 9 over. It's a really easy square to complete, because you end up with 0 on one side, but it's not completed technically.
Yeah.
It's an easy one. So, in fact, that should have been like the easiest question on the test.
This one, I messed up. And so I fixed it. You're looking at the fixed version. But I did include the answers for the wrong one.
Okay. Yeah, they don't know how to write. So that's already.
I did not type X.
Oh,
In so this was what the students saw on the test,
no.
which is easier to solve than
Way easier.
this.
But no, they already have to round. That's just a miss.
How about this one? With the answer text being longer than the question.
I would have, if I was a smart child, I would have just said no real solutions because there's no other reason you'd fucking go all out for that.
Um, so
Yeah, soft dome.
true story, Brian. I typed out the your answer should be a value in simplified radical form or a set of values in simplified radical form. No real solutions may also be an acceptable answer to type a square root, type sqrt parentheses, and anything inside the parentheses would be inside the square root symbol. Before I generated the question.
I still
I
would take the
generated.
risk.
No, you're right. Um,
Because I
identify the
spent the first 30
discriminant.
minutes of the test sleeping and then the next 20 on my phone. Oh, time to follow that question.
Identify the discriminant for the following quadratic. Find the length of a rectangle with an area of 168 centimeters squared and the perimeter of 52 centimeters.
Draw a
Your answer
picture.
should be the set of values available for the side lengths as the length and width are interchangeable. And then I did parentheses L comma W. Or not parentheses, curly brace. So do you want to know how many answers I got with a number larger than 52? For this question specifically? More than is acceptable, I promise you.
Yeah.
Given this function, oh, they hated these. Given the functions f of x 4x plus 5 and g of x 3x squared plus 10x plus 3, find f minus g of x. And then the exact same functions, but find f plus g of x. And then the exact same functions, find f times g of x. I got like one or two students a class period that said, Mr. Kate, are these the same question? I said,
Uh-oh.
no, read all the words. Which, I don't know, maybe if I was a student that was stressed about the test and these like popped up far away from each other, maybe it's the fact that I randomize it that's making it so difficult, but then
Well, like,
I,
I don't know. If I saw that, my first thing would be I'm going to go read each question word by word because I then want to complain. It'd be like, these questions are the same. So I would first go, like, word by word and be like, am I wrong?
yeah, I don't know. Should I add? This is the subtraction version of this question. The addition version of this question. I don't see how that harms anything. And which of the following parabolas is the graph for this quadratic? I know it's not B or C, because those are opening down, and this says that it's opening up. Oh, let's try -6. Huh, it's 0. Crazy. D.
Oh my god, I got it. Let's go. And I got a Dragon
Yippee!
Breath
Let's
Hey.
Tome. Oh my
go!
god, get me out of here.
Yo! Yo!
Yes.
So, is that a difficult test?
I think it's fair. There was no simpler way for you to assess those skills. I want to say easy or hard because it's all relative and all of them are 3 grade levels behind, so everything's hard. But there was no easier way to assess those skills. I don't think. Unless you wanted to do like fill in the blank questions, but I don't think that really assesses those skills.
Oh, you can equip this at 7 range? At 3 range? Oh
Yeah,
my
I don't think any of these questions was more complex than it had to be. In fact, I think
Let's go. Oh my god, I finally got this thing. Do I have any bolts for this? I don't think I'll be able to use this. No. Do I have like horse bolts? What kind of bolts can I use? Oh my gosh. Finally. Go reset my stats. Oh, I'm so done with this. Let's go. Oh, now I can move on from this. Now I get to kill a lot of bosses. So what was that? 29 kill count. Not that bad, not that bad. I didn't go as dry as I thought I would. Okay, now let's see. Oh, this thing looks so cool. It looks heavy. Oh, this has like 2 heads. Let me look at this thing. Let me put this back on here. Yeah. Let's check this out. You can see the mustache. And I also got the DMAD drop at the same time, which is like perfect. It's like the game is telling me I can move on from this magic build. Oh my god, I didn't have a helm slot for the longest time. I was using that highway mask forever. Oh my god. Let's go. Okay, now I just need... What do I need? I need some bolts. So I don't even think I can... I can use broad bolts, but I don't have the level yet. So let me see the ammo. Armor, no. Huh. Crossbows. Bolts up to... So I can only use bronze right now. I can't use any iron. Okay. Let's go make some bronze bolts. Maybe there's a range shop somewhere that sells some. This is bronze. Yeah, I don't have any bronze bars. What about bolts? Bolts, I have some steel. So let's see if I can put some steel into this. Got a couple feathers. Let's see. Need 31. So I think it's just bronze for right now. Yeah, it's only bronze. So what I think I need to do is, if I want steel, I have to get 31 range. So what I'll do is, do I have any ranged armor? Got this studded body and chaps. Need also have the rune crossbow. I didn't end up having to use that. I have oak. Can I wear the oak? I can. Okay. And I think I got arrows from a random event. Yeah, I have a bunch of arrows. So I go to the crab, I think. Oh my gosh. Okay. I go to the crab and I check for a range shop somewhere. More beekeeper? Nah, I'm on a mission, man. Oh, is this an archery shop? It looks like an arrow. This might actually be perfect. Oh, but there's knives. Okay, so what if I just buy some knives? Let me get my coins. It's gonna be way faster. Well, there's one archery shop that doesn't sell bolts. Hopefully there's another one somewhere that does. Because if not, I gotta start making mine. Take all these. Oh, some of these while I walk over there. I think these are just random Slayer drops, or like from clue scrolls. And I should be able to use iron knives. Yeah, I can. Okay. Let's buy a bunch of those. Don't need these bows. Don't need this bow. Just buy knives. I think I'll only need a couple, and then I'll buy a bunch of steel knives. Okay. Take out a power ammy, put the magic away. Put all the magic away. I don't think I'm using that for a while. None of these go up, right? Yeah. Keep the Fashionscape on then and run. Let me check what it is for throne. Yeah, it's only level 10 for steel. I think I read that right. Oh, it's level 5. I can use steel right now. I don't need these iron at all. Okay. Start throwing it, and then I'll think in a sec. I think I want the demonic pact now. Don't need it right this moment. Alright, yeah, so I just train range until I can equip some bolts. I think once I get 20, I can put on this armor. And I'll be dripped out in a different way. Yep, there we go. Put this on. Check the fit. Let me check what range level we need for broad bolts, because that's probably what I'm going to be firing when the second I can. Broad bolts. Oh, it's actually the same as rune, but I can buy these in bulk, so I'll do that. I get them for free as well. So yeah, just throw all these knives at him. go buy some new knives real soon. I leveled up really fast. Let me see. Throne. I don't remember if he sold stronger throwing weapons at that shop, but I'm gonna check range shops in other areas. Ranged shops, because I might be able to just buy some bolts right now. Yeah, looks like he's the only one. He's the only archery shop. And I have his what he sells right here. Yeah, he only sells steel knives as well, so I'm stuck using steel knives unless I want to use a bow. He sells bows up to maple. It's probably... I don't even know if it's ever going to be worth it. I think this is just fast enough experience where I don't have to worry about it. Let me throw this on Eagle Eye. I could make some ranged armor, but I don't think it's worth my time. Let me check the crafting level for it. So... the one I care about is probably black d'hide, and for black d'hide, I need 84 crafting. Okay. I can definitely make that. I have the crafting already banked, I don't even need to think about it. Let me check for the jewelry. Because, let me actually swap this. Make sure I'm transmuting the right things. Yeah, I want to transmute these opals because I need to have them ready for me for when I want to do this. At least a couple. I need to get them to dragon stones. So let me double check the demonic pacts as well, because how much do I need to worry about ranged ammo? You have 25% to fire ranged echo against the enemy. Additional ranged attack rolls with your ranged accuracy against target's ranged defense. Okay. Yeah, I just throw knives until 61 and then I get some broad bolts. Because it doesn't look like I'm saving ammo yet. Ranged echo. Whenever you regenerate ammo, you have a 20 regenerate ammo. Oh, this counts. Oh, so I'm regenerating it from that. So I get... So I have a 75% chance to not use it. So I think I can just go straight to using the rune bolts on whatever I'm killing. But I'll go grab some broad bolts so that I can train my range up while I think about my next move. Oh, I can get unlimited ammo as well. Do I want the... So I go down here for sure. I get the additional echoes trigger, and then I have to go through combat styles, which is good. Then I have to go to... I have to choose which side I want, and they both have the same thing. They lead to the same, and they both can get the thing in the middle. So the only difference is, do I want to regenerate more runes or ammo, or do I want a 35% accuracy bonus? I have some dragon. I might... Oh, because I'll get dragon bolts later, but is there another proc for that, or would I have to decide? I don't even know the difference between these two. I'll have to like do some calcs to actually make sure that's correct. I don't actually know exactly what this crossbow does, so let me reread this. It might help me make a decision. King's Barrage. King's Barrage is a two-handed crossbow that can be obtained from the Echo Dragon during Echo King Black Dragon during the Demonic Pacts League. It is able to fire bolts up to Dragon. It additionally deals full damage to the Corporal Beast. Oh my god. Whoa. The crossbow shoots 2 bolts at once, dealing damage in 2 hit splats, with both hit splats having their max level halved. The first bolt counts as a crossbow attack, while the other counts as an ice attack, which will always freeze the target in place for 24 ticks. The freeze effect can be toggled on and off with a weapon. The ice attack does not regenerate runes. So does it cost runes? Shoot 2 bolts at once, dealing 2 hit splats, with both hit splats having their max hit halved. Oh, so is that why I would want that? So I always max hit. Yeah, I'm definitely going to pick this at the end then, so I'll always be max hitting on both sides, so I don't have to have it halved. So, what am I deciding now then? Do I want to generate the runes, or do I want to... Well, I'm going to be shooting twice as many, so I'm going to be losing twice as many. But the accuracy for killing Corp and stuff like that is going to be crazy. So I think I have unlimited broad bolts, so unless I'm killing a specific boss that I need to be murking down with the rune bolts, because these are going to be kind of rare to get. Same with the dragon bolts. I think I, at the cost of ammo, run broad bolts for a while until I have a solve for getting really good bolts. Yeah, that sounds good to me. So I'm going to go the accuracy, and then I have a ton of broad bolts I can get for free. I don't even have to fletch them or anything. I can just buy them. Works for me. So is there anything else I need to think about when it comes to the packs? I need to decide... Ranged Echoes. Ranged Echo, an additional ranged attack, also rolls your ranged accuracy against target's ranged defense. Echo attacks cannot trigger additional echo attacks. Okay, so I just have that. Oh, it's 25% for that, and then 15% to trigger it again. So I'm already, so it would go from 25 to 40% of the time. Do I want to, I think I care about the healing from it more. So I would want to be healing while I'm shooting it. So I'm going to unlock this and then this. And hopefully I can squeeze out another point from something not so hard. I know there's a couple things, like the demonic packs, that I could get to get this pretty fast. So I think I want the healing from being able to shoot the crossbow so that it'll let me domino effect into killing stuff easier that will let me unlock more demonic packs. Okay, sounds like a game plan. Right now I just have to grind out 61 range for this broad bolt and rune bolt. They're on the same level. Actually, I could even test it out right now. Let's give it a quick shot. So let's equip this. Steel bolts. Make a couple more. And it'll also give me an idea of how fast I'm running out of stuff. Yeah. Okay, now this. I don't know what my range. Let me make sure I'm on long range. Fires 2. 3. 40. 40. It seems like it's doing much worse XP rates. 25. I think the other ones are faster XP rates. Let me see. better XP rates with the little knives. I think the steel bolts are not cutting it. Is there like a pact leader that lets me attack faster? Let me see. Oh, so it just hits like a truck later. That's what it is. So let me double check my demonic packs. This guy's Onyx Bolt's E? Oh my god. How did he get that? I'll have to look into a bolt solve or something because it's got to be there. Let me double check my tasks. I want to see. Give me wilderness, and then give me demonic pacts. So I think I'll be able to get a cheeky kill on the Corporal Beast at least once. And I'll be able to get the Malediction Ward. So it's 2 points for sure I'll have loaded. And I have 1 so far. So realistically, I have 3 points to mess around with. And I can go to the next area and get 4. Okay, so I have like 4 points I could reasonably get. So I can get to about here. So I would be right here. And I would be 3 away from getting something crazy. So depending on the area I pick, I would want more demonic packs just so I can go kill those higher level monsters. So I have to find some way to get more demonic packs through the next area, and I have no idea what area I'm gonna pick. Is this gonna make me stop attacking? Let me see. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I'll have to do some research on what area I want to do next. I'm not gonna make that decision right now, but I'll have to start thinking about it now because I'm only 15 tasks away. I can unlock it right now, and I'm gonna want to have this crossbow as powerful as possible. Once I get stuck and I'm not able to kill a boss, then I'm gonna need to ramp it a bit more. Alright, hello?
Hello.
Alright. I was yapping for a hot minute on that.
Oh, with your stream?
Yeah, I was doing like a whole thing. I got the crossbow and this shit is awesome. It shoots like double bolts. It has a chance to proc a freeze that always hits and re-attack at like a 25% chance. Is this still not Elden Ring time?
I got to do just a little bit more. I have to figure out how I'm going to do this definitions lesson.
Alright.
And then once I make the lesson for Monday, I can put off more work. Because I got a lot of stuff I need to get done, but I can put some stuff off after I get that Monday stuff settled. Okay, let's do that. Okay. So, does this definition make sense? The definition for mode is which element appears the most in the dataset. If every element
Yeah.
appears at the same frequency, then there is no mode. If multiple elements appear more than others, then the mode is a set of values containing each element that appears at that frequency.
Yeah.
Okay. So, left and right skew is talking about where the mean is versus the
Yeah.
median. So left skew
Yes.
means that the mean is left of the median.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, if you made the histogram, the peak would be on the left. Hello.
Yeah, I got what I wanted from the KBD, so if you want to run something, I'm down.
Down for anything.
Let's do,
Just try and
I'm
do
probably
ignore the
gonna do
fact
like
that I'm
another
sick.
hour or two.
okay. You want to just explore Elden Ring or Marvel Rivals? Or
Yeah. Elden Ring works for me. I don't know if I'm too interested in hitting the comp until they revert or change those CC things.
Okay.
Especially since I'm playing tank, like that's just gonna fucking blow.
No, it benefits you. You don't play any CC tanks.
Well, no, but it even like on a character like Magneto, me hitting them with my right click, it's not gonna bother me that bad, but that push is gonna start the tenacity buff for someone else getting hit by something else. So I don't want to have to think about that. Stuff like that, mechanics like that, where you're punishing